So we've been traveling the world full time, and one of the things you need to think about when you travel the world full time is your medical insurance. We've been thinking about it a lot. We made some decisions a few months ago, and now we're living the consequences of them. Did our insurance company pay our claims? We're going to tell you all about it in this video.
Yeah.
So who are we? What are we doing?
So we are Chris and Steve, EatWalkLearn. We have been traveling full time for 4 years now. And medical insurance is a really important subject for people who travel or don't travel. You want to know that you've got the right insurance that's going to cover you if something happens. And for people who travel a lot or full-time travelers like us, having the policy that you have in the U.S. it may not do anything for you. And so one of the things that we talk about all the time, we talk about with our friends is how do we have global medical insurance and global medical coverage that can take care of us regardless of whatever situation may come up. And we think we found a pretty good company to work with.
So we are not talking about travel insurance. Now, travel insurance is the type of insurance people get when they go on vacation to cover if their plane is late, if they lose their baggage, if the hotel goes bankrupt, whatever. We're not talking about travel insurance. We're talking about the type of medical insurance you probably already have at home. So this particular video is probably for the Americans in the audience because, good God, if you are an American trying to figure out insurance, God love you, go grab a drink because it will drive you absolutely nuts. So if you're...
Yeah, but I also need to say our little disclaimer here. We're not insurance professionals. We are not insurance agents.
We're not professional travel agents. We're just people who use a product and we're giving you a recommendation or a denial about whether or not you should use this product or not.
Your results may vary.
Your results may vary. So the type of insurance we're talking about, if you're an American, you're sitting at home, maybe you have insurance through your medical employer or through the government, or maybe you're on the Obamacare, the ACA Act, whatever. That's the type of insurance we're talking about. So for Steve and me, we travel the world full time. We do carry an ACA policy in the U.S., but once we leave the U.S., we have no coverage. If something happens to us, if Steve gets diagnosed with something or if I get hit by a bus, we need to rely on something besides what the...
Please don't get hit by a bus.
Thank you, honey. The medical policy, we need a medical policy that's going to help us in those situations.
Right. And I like that distinction that we made between a travel insurance and health insurance. So we're talking about something happens, you need to go to the doctor, you need to go to the hospital, you need to take care of something medical, you didn't lose your luggage or something. There are some travel policies that may or may not have some medical insurance coverage.
And vice versa,
We're talking about a company, an organization, Genki, that is a European company that specifically deals with people who travel a lot or people who travel full-time like us and need to have that coverage.
Yeah, so we actually looked at a lot of providers, and over time we have had many different providers. You can watch our video here about all the different insurance we have had in the past. This particular year, because of our circumstances that we're going to be traveling outside the U.S., we picked Genki. Now, Genki covers us around the world in any country. It also covers us in the U.S. for 6 weeks at a time, every 180 days. So what's nice about Genki, we can go back to the U.S., see our family and friends, and know that we have some sort of coverage. Now, we also have ACA, so we'd have to figure out, which one we'd want to file a claim on or whatever. But we do have coverage through Genki also when we go back to the USA.
And we don't want to get into a lot of specifics, but we've got the Explorer plan with Genki, and some of the benefits of that is that you don't have to get any pre-qualification for anything or any referrals for anything. You go to any doctor or any hospital that you want to.
Right. And the deductible is a straight deductible. It's 50 euros, so about $53. Anytime you file a claim, $53, and then everything else is covered. So let's talk particularly about, so Steve is 100 million years old or 64. And I'm 100, not so old.
29.
I'm the 39th birthday of my 29th anniversary or something. Anyway, I'm 58. And so I pay about $115 a month with Genki, and Steve pays about $185 a month.
Right.
So that's $300 a month for our global medical policy around the world. Right. So a couple of things about Genki. What we really like about it is, number one, is it's you go online, you can first of all, they have a little tool. You can determine what your policy, how much your policy would cost. You put in your variables. Genki will spit right back out how much it costs. You can sign up right online. You can give them your banking information, and boom, you have coverage. It takes 2 weeks for the coverage to be activated, and then boom, you have coverage.
Right. We do have a link here. I'm not sure if it's here or it's in the description. But please follow that link. We'd really appreciate that. It won't cost you anything additional. And, we might get a little kicker for it.
Yeah, we get a few dollars for it, but it doesn't cost you anything. So we appreciate you using our referral link. So when we signed up, the first thing that happened was Steve had a situation that he needed to use the Air Doctor tool. Do you want to tell him about that?
Yeah, so they've got this really nice link to something called Air Doctor, which is a virtual doctor's appointment.
Like telemedicine, yeah.
Telemedicine, exactly. And, I was able to, describe my particular situation. The doctor was extremely honest. He said, this is not something that we can talk about over the phone or over a video call. You need to go see a specialist. You need to have this take somebody to see you in person. And so the call immediately ended, like within 30 seconds. They actually did charge me for that, but then ultimately I got reimbursed for that. So I was not charged for that particular
How many
call.
times have you walked into an American doctor's office and they didn't charge you for something? Never.
I don't know. Yeah, never. They tell you.
Okay. So anyway,
but it did confirm that, I need to find something local. This could be a little bit daunting, especially if you're in countries like we were in Slovakia, in Turkey, where you maybe don't speak the language that well. But it at least confirmed for me that I did need to use
right, and you can go in the Air Doctor and find your doctors that way. So,
it does have lists of doctors by country, so you can go by specialist and you can find your doctor.
Right. So then the next time we used Genki, we had gone to Turkey and we got our annual wellness check. So you can watch our video up here about what that was, but basically you pay a bucket of money and you see a bunch of doctors and they tell you that you're either healthy or you're going to die. So anyway, so we did that from our wellness check, and the wellness check is considered wellness medicine. So Genki does not cover wellness. And your basic,
not covered.
So, but from the wellness check, we did need to go see a couple of specialists. And so Steve was up first, and what happened to you? Where'd you go?
Yeah, so I needed to see a particular specialist about something that was it was a new condition. And the next day, again, Turkey, it's really easy. Basically, the next day you schedule another appointment, has some additional tests, some additional consultation with a doctor. I had a medication that was prescribed and some follow-up suggestions. The entire process, again, this is in Turkey, costs about $185. For some reason, that's the magic number. Things cost $185. So
you submitted the claim?
In my situation, it was very easy with Genki to go online, tell them you want to submit a claim, and it asks you a series of questions. And you take pictures, make sure you keep your receipts. You take pictures of your receipts with your phone, and then, click submit. And it told me right there, it said, you're going to get a response within 3 weeks. And I was like, okay.
And then 3 weeks later?
And that was it. 3 weeks later, we won't tell you because insurance companies.
Yeah.
Insurance companies are going to deny.
Yeah.
They're going to say, we need more information, or this guy was out of network, or this guy, whatever.
Yeah.
Some reason why they can't pay it.
Yeah. Because the stars were aligned to the left and Jupiter was to the right, and the doctor had brown hair.
Exactly. Yeah. And the Jupiter was in Uranus.
Oh, whoa.
Well, we're talking stars.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Your situation.
Anyway, all right. So then
I
had my situation. So again, also we went to the wellness check. I had to go see a specialist. It was actually for my eye. What's interesting is I had been diagnosed a couple years previously in Kuala Lumpur, and I didn't think my diagnosis was exactly right. So when we went to Turkey 2 years later, I saw the ophthalmologist. I asked some questions, and they said, we need to do some more testing. So we did some more testing. I got a brain MRI. I got a bunch of other eye stuff going on. Again, it was $185.
Wait, how much was your brain MRI?
My brain MRI was $40, believe it or not. At the public hospital in Fethiye, I got a brain MRI for $40.
Sure they just didn't come out with a Polaroid and take a picture of your
Anyway,
head.
And the neurologist did interpret the brain. So I saw a neurologist, I saw an ophthalmologist. Anyway, I leave Turkey, And the turkey doctor said, you need to follow up with this because we're not exactly sure. So now we arrive in Argentina. So I submit $185 of claim. Genki reimbursed the $135, $185 minus the $50 for the deductible. We then get to Turkey. I go see another doctor, and she does another set of tests on me, and she concludes that my original diagnosis was wrong, and that I actually have a clear bill of health now on my eyes, even though I thought for a while I was not going to have a clear bill of health. So yay, check, yay for that. Anyway, I had to submit another $185 of bills. Surprisingly, $185 was the magic number one more time. I submitted that to Genki, and in this particular situation, what happened? Same thing that happened on the first claim and on Steve's claim. They reimbursed us, so yay for that. But with this particular claim, Genki reimbursed the entire $185 because the deductible had already been paid on this particular diagnosis or consultation. In Turkey, the $50 had already been paid, so I got the complete second $185 reimbursed.
So what happened with the denial? There was no denial?
It's a river in Egypt.
It's a river in Egypt. In this particular case, that's what happened. And Genki came through just like they said they were going to.
Yeah.
And it was so easy. It was almost. I don't want to say it was.
Don't jinx ourselves.
But I gotta give this insurance company a thumbs up.
Yeah.
They easy to work with, reasonable. What I think is monthly
affordable,
premiums,
efficient,
and quick.
Yeah. So if you have been following us, so we've been talking about our insurance for 4 or 5 years now. You can look at all of our links. But coming up, Steve turned 65 in April. And so he's been looking at the Medicare part of this decision. And we have a video coming up probably either next week or in 2 weeks about his whole process on changing to Medicare, whether or not he's kept Genki or not, and that whole process. So if you are a world traveler or you're concerned about what your insurance is going to be with Medicare as you travel, Steve's going to get knee deep, knee high, or more than knee deep into all this decision about Medicare. So do us a favor, subscribe. Go ahead and click that alert button. If you haven't clicked the alert button, click it now so then you'll be alerted for when that Medicare video comes out. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe as well. And we love having you here. Thank you very much. We will see you next week with more fun and joy from maybe Argentina next time.
Yeah, here's to good health.
Good health.